welcome to my YouTube channel, Julia O'Neill Crafts. So today we have got a new digital release. It feels like forever since I've done one, so I'm so excited. And there's a few sneaky wee surprises in this that I'm really excited about. So let's get into it. So this is Criminella Vil-Lan. In other words, my version of Cruella De-vil. I love Cruella. She is my favourite baddie. I do like the baddies. I'm not quite sure what that says about me, but yes, she is my favourite baddie. In fact, I once went to a dress up party. It was a going away party for friends, and I dressed up as Cruella De-vil. And Kezzy, I'm a little girl, she was just a baby at the time, and I dressed her up as a Dalmatian. Fabulous. I'll have to see if I can find those photos. So this here is Criminella. Obviously I couldn't use the one Cruella for copyright reasons. So there's Criminella Vil-Lan. So I realised that not everybody might be obsessed with Cruella as I am. So I've done another version without the spots, which I've called Anita, because it could just be a cute little girl with her pet puppy. So I kind of wanted to make it not so niche, so that obviously if you're spending your hard-earned cash on this, that there's more than one use for you. And we have got a little Dalmatian dog as well, and obviously these can be resized, which I'll show you in a minute. So these are them coloured in. This is my colouring of them. As you can see, got all my swatching going on. So this is Criminella all coloured up, so I've used my Copic markers and my Spica pens on this, and there we have Anita, and that's a version, as I said, without the spots. So you can see, like, she's just an incredibly fashionable lady with a gorgeous little Dalmatian puppy. Mind you, I've coloured it in Dalmatian, but that could just as easily be a brown dog with little spots, so that's fine. So that is those there, and then we've got some backing papers. So we've got the Dalmatian spot, so couldn't really do it without it. And then I've printed it again, but I've put 2 to a page, so the spot's slightly smaller. So don't forget, when it comes to your digital products, you can resize, you can flip, you can do lots of different things that make them really usable. In fact, I've written an article on my website about that. I can always link to that in the description box below. So there are the Dalmatian spots. Then we've got this one, which is because, have you seen the latest one? It's fabulous, the whole fashion house thing and everything, absolutely love it. So we've got fashion, couture, style, chic, all mixed up on the paper there, and we've got these gorgeous red lips. Okay, and then I have been asked so many times, I cannot tell you how many times I have been asked, can you make your digital stamps coloured and printable? And I've always said no, because I wanted to make sure that I could get the quality right for you. And I like to hand colour. And I've still hand coloured these, but I've managed to do it in a way that even when you print it out on your computer, the quality is fine. So here we are. Here is Criminella as a coloured, downloadable, printable. You have to excuse the black marks on this paper. That is an error on my part. So here is Criminella, and as you can see, we can resize. So I've done her big, I've done her in between there, and I've got some little diddy ones. So this is it printed. There are a few lines just here that may happen. If that happens on yours, you need to clean your printer nozzles. So I will be going ahead and doing mine. I've been doing lots of printing for various reasons recently. So I clearly need to just clean my printer nozzles. So if that happens, don't panic. There's normally instructions on your printer for doing that, but it doesn't really take away from it. So this is a Criminella. So you get her all coloured up. You get Anita all coloured up. So as you can see, I've gone from my original artwork and I have managed to create printables for you. And then we have the Dalmatians all coloured up as well. And I did this so that I can illustrate the fact that if you flip your image, the advantages of that as well. So we now have the 2 little doggies looking at each other. So obviously if you coloured it up yourself, you could have the bows in different colours. So you could have Pongo and Perdita then. So that is all of this, and the entire kit only costs $8.99 for all of it. So I think that's quite a bargain for everything that you're getting. And of course, with it being digital, you can print off your papers so many times. And just as a random thought, I've just pulled in this is the giraffe spot stencil, but it could just as easily be a Dalmatian spot. So I'm not sure I'll use that just now. I'm thinking I'm going to create an art journal page in my Pink Pig journal. That's kind of what I'm in the mood for just now. But we could maybe come back with another video and go full mixed media and do something with that. So I'm just going to pull my bits and pieces together and then we will create. Okay, so I am back. I've made myself a cup of tea, and I have Criminella. Oh, she's gorgeous. I love her. I've gone for the one I've actually coloured in myself. This is the first page of my Pink Pig 11 by 11 journal. So it's like, I was too scared to start on the front page, so I sort of went on behind it. So this is my first page, but I love her so much that I want her in all her glory on my first page. And I think I'm actually just going to keep it really, really simple. So I'm going to take some of the Dalmatian paper. Oops, and I'm just going to tear. I'm saying oops, but I wanted a tone effect, so I don't know why. I don't know what the oops is about. Right, so I'm just going to lessen so that it's not quite as, the tone part isn't quite as broad. So I'll just come in and pull that, and I'm going to tear down this way as well. And I think I'm going to get a couple of different pieces. And what I want to do is almost create like a little cross frame. So we'll tear that there. With some of these pieces. Just getting my positioning. Mix that up because I don't want it to look like. So I'm going to pop some along here as well. So I'll just get another little piece here. So I've printed this on fairly good quality paper. You can print on your copier paper as well. In the long run, you're better getting like a good quality HP paper, just in that although basic copier paper seems like the cheaper option, it absorbs more of your ink. So if you're going to be doing this a lot, it's probably a better option to just have a slightly quality paper. It sort of becomes cheaper in the long run. But if you're not going to be doing a lot, then just carry on with your copier paper. It'll print on copier paper fine as well. Okay, so we've got that, and then I'm going to get do 2 strips of this paper as well, just as a little bit of contrast, so it's not just the dots. And then we'll stick that down. So we'll have something like that. Horizontally as well. So just before I stick all that down, I'm going to grab my Stamp Lamentals stamp. So it'll be, got something like that. Hot mess at the minute, but you know, most projects do have a bit of a sort of hot mess beginning. That's okay. Right, let's grab some VersaFine Clear. So I'm just going to move that to the side a second. And I'm going to get my Stamp Lamentals set. So this is 2 Stamp Lamentals 2. This is the one with my grandmother's handwriting. And I'm just going to get a few bits and pieces, just like so. I've not re-inked, I'm just sort of keeping pressing with whatever ink is on there, and it's just to get a bit more interest going on the page. So that's me sorted. Now I'll get my glue, which I moved. I bought myself a new crafting tote, so I was just I was pretending to pack it as though I was going away, so the glue's over there. I'll come back now. Right, so let's get some of this stuck down. And so that that stamp detail will just become a little bit of a nod or detail in the background. Yeah, the I was taking all my stuff in a suitcase and it was a nightmare. It was far too heavy. I mean, I'm sure it's still going to be heavy in the tote, but and also everything sort of flips up on its side as you're like wheeling it, you know. So I was thinking, but yeah, I'm hoping that I'm going to get as much in it, but we'll see. Right, I'm going to pop that way because I quite like the pop of red at the top. Just tearing that there so that we do get a bit of a, that we can see the torn edge. And let's get that down here. I just kind of want to go fabulous, darling. I loved the latest one. I went to the cinema to see it. I mean, I didn't really fancy going to the cinema. I'm wearing a face mask through an entire film and all of that sort of stuff, but I wanted to see this so badly that I did. And now we've since got it at home. And watched it at home. And it's like I watched it, and then as soon as it finished, I could have sat and watched it again. Even my husband thought it was fabulous. He was like, oh yeah, that's actually really good. Right, so we'll pop this here. And again, I kind of want to make sure the red, that we're seeing the red, just tiny hints of it. And then what we've done as well, because even though she was a big image and I printed her out and coloured her up quite large, she was still fairly small on this page, but the fact that we've sort of marked some of it off now, we've kind of shortened it so she'll fill this area much better, so the page will look more full. So it's a good way of sort of like blocking out elements of a page, so like that space to fill seems less daunting than the whole thing, so I quite like doing techniques where I sort of block part of it off and work within a section of the page. Just making sure that's all going down properly. We've got a big gap there that's a bit strange, so I'm just going to stick another little bit over both of those. And the fact that I've kind of got it going under and over, it's going to look almost slightly weaved. Okay, so that's cool. I'm happy with that. I'm just going to come in with my pen and I'm going to just doodle some faux stitches. I love doing this. I think if you watch me regularly, if you do, thank you ever so much, I do appreciate it, then you'll know that I do this a lot. I quite like doing this. I think it helps it to look like it belongs, like it's part of the page. Okay. Okay, so that's that, and then I don't know that I'm going to do much else. Where's Criminella gone? Oh, she's up to mischief. She's gone chasing down puppies. Okay. Oh, look. Oh, she's just delightful. I love her. I love her so much. Okay. Over enthusiastic over my own image. Oh, I just do love her though. I think she's fabulous. It's my favourite colour combo as well, black and red, black, white and red. It's such a striking colour combo. And in the latest film, she goes into the party and she's wearing the black and white because obviously you're supposed to, and then she just like lights her dress, goes up in flames, and then she's got this most amazing red dress underneath it. And I love red. Red's my favourite colour. I even had a red wedding dress. So yeah. So that's why, although it's Cruella, she's traditionally a lot more black and white with just the big red lips, I've gone for a big red coat. More the modern one. The modern one's more appealing as well. You don't think of her as quite so evil. Just more, little bit of wicked. Right, let's grab a pencil of some description. Just to go around her. I think just a normal HB pencil will be fine on this occasion. Let's see if I've got a paper stub somewhere. Hopefully, yep, just here. We're all good to go. Okay, because I'm not sure that I want to start putting watercolours on this page, to be honest. I'm quite liking the simplicity of what we've got. So I'm just going to just get my normal, this is a normal HB pencil. Although it does smell of pizza, bizarrely enough. One of these smiggle ones that my daughter buys. Why pizza ones, I don't know. She got strawberry ones that were quite nice. I quite feel like stealing them. I feel like my drawing could be much more inspirational if I was getting wafts of strawberries coming up. Maybe that's just me. Okay, so I'm just going to blend, oh sorry, coloured that in. Now I'm just going to blend that out with my paper stub. Make that a little bit softer. So you don't need fancy products to be able to do this. It's just a normal HP pencil. And you can get these sort of paper stub things as cheap as chips in the likes of the Works and things like that. Okay. So that's her grounded. So I was thinking that what I just maybe want to do is cut out a few of these individual words, and we'll have some of those just sort of coming down. So let's go for couture. Oh, I've lost the ability to talk. Okay, so we've got this one. And what I will do is sort of edge them with my black pen. Shall we go fashion and then style? I think I just want 3. I know we've got more than 3. I've just gone chopped too close there. I'm just going to cut this out the paper and then cut closer to it, because that'll be easier. Right. Okay. So we've got couture, fashion, and let's go style. So I'm going to take this one here, because some of them are like wrapped into another word, like that one there, it's sort of like wrapped in, and then some of them are a bit more on their own. So I'm just going to come and steal, well not steal, use this one here. So we'll get that out. Once again, losing the ability to talk and craft. I've not filmed properly in ages, but I've got quite a bit of filming to do today. This is the first one that I'm doing for today. Actually, do you know what? I've cut it straight, but I'm wanting to do what Dawn does. I'm going to fussy cut it. I just think, sometimes I find when I've gone for a fancy font, like I have on this one, that the white space around it for you to fit the whole word in just doesn't look right on the page. So I'm quite happy with those two. I might, what, should we have a contrast? I don't know whether to fussy cut them all or just fussy cut this one. I'll see what I think once it's down. So I'm just going to fussy cut it out, and I think that's a really good way of, like, if you look at it and think, oh, I want a big white square, that you can do it, and it just looks a little bit different as well. But this was, it was Dawn from Shiny Silver Treasures that I first saw doing this. And she cut round her sentiments. And I'm like, oh, I like that. Right. Yeah, I think we're okay with, I'm going to stick with that actually. Right, so is my black pen in here? It is! I've been packing paper pads. 800 of them to be precise. Oh my word, I had such a sore back. Grab a mouthful of tea. Because when I pack them, I get like 30 paper pads go into a box sort of thing. So I was like having to label all the boxes. So I was doing that with my Pro marker. So it has been sat in the living room for a few days, so I wasn't sure if it had come back through, but it has, so we're all good. Couture fashion style. I love it. I love it. Now, I don't know if I'm going to edge the style just because of the way I've cut it. I think it could end up looking a bit nasty, so I'm just going to leave it. It's going to be a contrast. Yep. Oh, I'm so happy. I love her so much. So I hope you like her too. I will put details below as to, what I will do is I'll put details below to this collection in the shop. And I will also put a link to an article that I wrote on how to get the most out of your digital stamps. And there is actually, just in case you're contemplating digital stamps but they're not sure if they're for you, in that particular article I also have a freebie image as well. So at some point I will do a video using her. So if you're not sure and you fancy giving it a try but you're just not quite sure if you're ready to make that commitment yet, then you can try downloading that. And then you can have a play and see if you think digital stamps would be for you, or if they're not. And if they're not, that's fine. But you never know until you try. It's like when we try and get our kids to try new food. It's like, you don't know unless you try. So give it a try. So this way you can give it a try with no expense to yourself. Okay, so there we go. That's her. And I don't even think I am going to do my usual border thing, because I've framed her, bringing the eye in here, and the eye comes to these because those are framed, and I quite like the openness of it. So that is my, that is her all done. I'm very happy. So this is Criminella. I hope you like her. I'll be back with lots more inspiration. Some of the girls have made some stuff too. I'm not sure what videos are about, but if they are, I'll let you know. And in our Facebook group, the JMC Crazy Craft Hive, loads of ideas there on a daily basis. So if you're on Facebook, you may want to check us out there. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. And I will be back with some more crafty goodness very, very soon. Okay, take care then, and goodbye.